up? What up? Welcome back. So, how's everybody doing? So, making these messages shorter. So let's talk. That's how they're going to be titled. I have many, but many men's is what they're. The song by Tupac. Many men's. So, the energy. Talking about. Well, we were Sunday, coming in a Monday. Mother Park. Finished barbecuing. Now you're getting ready to start the work week. Where's this card on the ground? That's strange. Huh? Was a mother of life? Yeah, mother of life. Nourishment of the golden grain mother. Okay, that's where they're taking me. Goddesses. Teachers. Remember, we carry both energy. So, men, feminine energy. Can't be too much into your masculine. That means you're in your ego too much. Gotta be able to understand. Okay. So you got geniuses, right? Overthink too much, and they can't think logically. Which mothers is motherly instinct, mother's intuition. Mothers are the teachers. So the teachers, goddesses. If we're talking past life, right? A lot of people don't understand this. So what they're bringing me to again is people that maybe just started watching tarot or watched tarot without understanding it. Spine. Now, this is a thing that people don't understand is where you come into the tarot. See, okay. I want to say thank you. First and foremost, you have to have gratitude. But thank you to my tribe. That's all I can tell you. You're so gifted. So even though you don't understand it, y'all do, but I don't. This is bigger than all of us. I've said it from the very beginning. It's bigger than all of us. So once we get past that, one of the tribe posted something which sometimes even in their they can't even understand certain things. As a viewer, if you're that tapped in, understand you can't put your story into something that's it's not. I mean, you can. I mean, and that's where things fall into delusion. Okay, I don't know why they're bringing me to this. So, delusion. Some of you can't understand that you want to say, "Oh, they're crazy." No, then maybe you're crazy because you can't understand how tapped in people are. Maybe you can't understand about the abilities that people have. I don't know. There's things that maybe you need to look into. As far as helping people, yeah, it is about helping people. Truly, this journey has always been, even from day one, from when I started, it's been about helping broken hearts. It truly has, and that's why I started my channel. I guess I wasn't the at that time the messenger that because I was showing speed. I don't mean to laugh at it, but it's because it's hilarious because of what I was creating. Okay, because I was watching something. Well, it just, again, they'll bring things across my timeline for certain reasons, okay? And this is what you need to understand. Maybe this will help you out. If something's brought across your timeline, your feed, that is, maybe it's because it's a download that they want you to look that, okay, it's not necessarily for the information, okay? Maybe it's because of the energy, who's in the energy, Okay, and that's what. Okay, that's how they're. Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay, it's because of who's in the energy. Now remember this. Okay, when you start talking signs and everything like that, they don't want you to understand your sign. They don't want to understand who you are and how powerful you really are, because you're very powerful. What I'm speaking to is very powerful, very, very powerful. Now, you have people that, okay, let's say they buy their influence. Okay, they buy when I say they buy their influence. Okay, PayPal mafia, right? For example, if you don't know, well, you'll know, because when I was brought, well, I wasn't brought. It was brought across my timeline over here now, right? This is different now than what I have, and I noticed the difference in as far as when you're creating this coming across this one and that one, even though it's YouTube, right? Okay, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to follow along, because if you step into something, stepping into shit, it's on your shoe. And if you walk in the house, you're gonna track in the house. So take off your shoes. Sometimes you don't understand. You gotta clean it with water. You know, even though you thought you gotta clean, no. And then you're walking and you're just like, why do I smell like shit? Because it's your fucking shoe. I don't mean to cuss, sorry, but it's the truth. Some people can't get it. Why am I smelling? Because you didn't take off your shoes. You thought you cleaned it just with the stick and everything. No, you need to wash it, the bottom, scrub it possibly with soap. Honestly, you do. Like, oh, well, that's kind of stupid. No, why is it? Because you just stepped in shit. So you have shit on the bottom of your soul. I'm sorry, and I don't mean to laugh that your soul's going to shit. But if the shoe fits, wear it. Okay. The energy is giddy. I'm telling you, from day one, from the energy is giddy. It's happiness. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Anyways, it's scenarios. So when usually use your discernment when you're watching messengers. Not every story's for you. A lot of people try to put their if they're watching it, I guess. Oh yeah, well I am. The only reason why I will say this, because I look at comments on some of my tribe, and as soon as you say, oh well, this person, then it's okay. These messages are for, unless it's truly, unless it's truly, I guess what I'm saying is, your journey, if you're watching, then you'll know that it's your ancestors speaking to you about what you need to release and what you need to fix. And your situation then is now, so you can become the messenger. So you can understand, to awaken to who you are, to awaken to the gifts that you have, to awaken to the powerful goddess and God that you are. To understand that you won't allow nobody to harm you anymore. Understand taking your power back, understanding how precious your energy is, understanding how powerful energy is, understanding that money is just energy. Everything is energy. We're all connected as one. If you can't process this information, then your timeline is off. The timelines are off. It's like they're like this. They're off. And it was designed that way. See, they infected their system. I know people aren't going to understand what I'm talking about. They hacked their own system. The Matrix is your phone, okay? That's it. Confirmation, just shut off. All it is the internet, all those things. That's the Matrix, okay? Yeah, the movies that they have made and stuff, they're telling us so we're not shocked when all this information comes out. People can't handle so much information, or they're just stuck in their box and they don't want to really truly know. They don't want to understand or learn or evolve. People don't want to evolve. And most of these people that come in and they get they have these platforms that I have never really followed, and I'm starting to start following them a little bit. I'm sorry. Let me something about somebody's breaks. Rewind real quick. No, I don't follow them. They just happen to come across the timeline for things that I need to understand to where they're at. There's only one dude that I follow, a gentleman. I'm not gonna say dude. That's disrespectful. A gentleman talking good shit, Mr. Chris. Yes, he's talking good shit because he thinks outside the box, and he actually is talking the stuff that people, the topics that people don't want to talk about, and not that they don't want to talk about, that they'll shy away from, or that they know that it's, well, they know that, but it's like, oh, we can get in trouble. Oh, because the boss, my boss, that shit. Your boss, really? Oh, they're God. I'm sorry. They're Heavenly Father. That's your boss. That's who you're. Because obviously you say your boss if you're as a. I don't work for nobody. Father God, my job's different now. I'm a messenger. I'm a healer. Yes, an earth angel. Yes, a medium. Yes, a psychic. Yes, somebody that's very tapped in. The reason why I'm doing this is because certain people underestimate certain things. They underestimate certain people. They underestimate certain energy because we are energy. You have no idea how serious and how far this goes. The reason why I'm looking, because now I can see. There's something about the glasses people don't want to wear. These are different kind of glasses. These are not different kind. These aren't prescription. Okay. Plus, I don't like the way they look. No. Anyways. Something about somebody's image, their ego. Again, if we understand this, well, I mean, I only can tell you what I understand. Humbling. Be humble. Be respectful. Be genuine. And be who you are. You can't be anything else other than that. If you want to put, if you're watching any readings or anything like that, and you want to, and it freaks you out, it's because there's a reason why. And I'm going to explain it. Because when I started on my journey, and my right ear's starting to ring. So when I started my journey, watching certain readers, well, one thing that was with me is I can see energy. I can see certain things. So I was like, okay, those are, I don't know if it's the harvesting but I'm not going to talk like that, okay? Because they're our messengers. So, Allie. Again, when I started my journey back in 2018, before I started a channel, well, I had to understand what was up. So that meant I had to realize what type of person I was and who I truly was. I hope that makes sense. Because, and I don't understand it, and I do understand it because of ignorancy. People are ignorant to what they don't understand and what they don't know. They want to be like, oh, I'm the smartest. No, you're by far. If you don't have common sense, and all common sense is common sense, is thinking, understanding, you're not better than nobody. We're all equal. We're here to be better people. But overall, don't step on nobody's toes, and don't judge somebody, and don't try to think you're better than somebody. Because yes, there's thieves. And I'm going to put that one in the box of you should be able to tell if, and it is, I guess, hard. I guess it's hard to maybe comprehend because I listen to collective readings. I never listen to my sign because you have to understand how this goes. Okay, so I'm a Libra, right? So that means really they see me as a Leo because that's my rising sign, right? And I think like an Aquarius because that's my moon sign. I hope I'm making sense. And overall, I'm spiritual because of my North Node, Sagittarius. Okay? I hope I just made that make sense for everybody. For you, the viewer. That's how you're perceived. Sun sign, moon sign, your sign, and your North Node, South Node. Again, it's all out there. So study before you really, truly. And then you have people that are just idiots that they want to just distract you in the comments. That's why live, yes, they pretty much when I did start going live, they chat my shit quick. They turn around and that's not for everybody, okay? So, but is it true? Yes, it's true, okay? Don't be naive to this stuff, especially if you are tapped in and they see it, or they see it and they know, oh yeah, by that quick. It was just cards. Oh, can I read cards? Yes. Now there's a difference. Intuitively with the cards, just by the meaning, and then really if the card's coming out and then you're reading what that card means and why because of how it was created. There's several different reasons for the cards. That's why a lot of people it amazed me. It literally amazed me. That's how I know their past life. That's how I know that my guides back then were working. I guess I'm jumping. I'm sorry. I don't want to jump like this, but I have to. You need to know your timeline. I know it's right now. We're 2025, right? The 31st, I believe. I haven't even seen the date because it's going. So, messages will come across my timeline that are 3 years old, 2 years old, and there's a reason why, because of what's happening right now. Okay, and we need to understand if you're a reader, and I'm talking to ones that don't know. Okay, so don't have a hissy fit, and maybe even some of the ones don't know. You're picking up these collectively empower people, power to the people, people that are in power, and they're showing me to, I don't know why even. Okay, I'm drawing a blank. Something about that. Power to the people, but it's Public Enemy. The group Public Enemy. That's what. And I listened to you a little bit. Okay, if anything, East Coast and all that was, Dana Dane. They're so. Why can't I think of them? And it's in my head. Oh man, it Bambata the because this music has been sampled. Okay, so it's music sampled. If you don't know, now you know. But just like, well, not just like, yeah, well, just like people have stolen, just like they've stolen whole channels, they've stolen whole messages, and they put it across timeline. They put it against different platforms. They started them up. Yes, they're telling me to go into this information a little bit, not too much, so I don't throw everybody off because they're like, this dude's crazy, he's talking conspiracy. No, I'm trying to make you understand, not even make you understand, help you understand. It's better saying it like that. Help you understand. If you have owners of companies, of media corporations, they can do whatever they want. Especially, they think they can. Let's just say that. Nobody can do whatever they want. You're not. You are not. You may think you're above the law, but you're not. You're not above spiritual law because you. That's where you messed up. See, my gurgle. Somebody's. So if we're gonna talk logically, you broke spiritual law, and I keep on going like this. I don't know why, because you're already done. You're spiritually locked up. That's why you have no more ideas. That's why everything is happening. I don't need no cards to read your energy. Okay. If you must know, yeah, I was calling to see if you still had that phone up because why do I keep on doing this? Why? Because there's over 10 mailboxes that I left y'all readings, made sure y'all heard the readings. Why am I keep on going like this? I don't know why. I do because the head's cut off the snake already. Y'all just don't realize it. $2052. Something about the year 52. 2052. That's what I flashed to. So, these big media companies, they're not above the law. I'm sorry to break y'all's bubble. I truly am. And that's to people that have money. Y'all are not above the law. I'm sorry to break your bubble. And to the ones that came from nothing and then they became rich and then they think they're better. I'm sorry to break your bubble. Bring it back a little bit. They say money rules. No, money change. No, people, you change because of you think you're better than somebody. Money, look at money doesn't rule me. I like to make money. It doesn't rule me. When I say that, yeah, I can't work I say regular job. No, I run I run companies. So yeah, biggest check 10,000 somewhere in that area. Yeah, that's what I made for the company. Okay, yeah, who helped me? No, me. Just how hard is it to understand? I don't know because I knew I couldn't work no 9 to 5 hourly wage job because you can tell what you're gonna make. This brings me to when I was the father of my first grandson. I don't speak on nothing, nobody. I don't judge, but terco. Rather, because because they big income tax checks. I'm sorry. And I'm not laughing at nobody. I'm just reality. Because if I offer somebody a company, a van, everything, because you're the father of my grandchildren, child, not children, child, then I want you to be a better person for him and your other children. But I already knew, gentleman's overall good gentleman. He has a heart of gold, in a sense. Okay, he's just childish. Sorry, and I'm just sorry if I know energy, and I know. So that's where that's at. Trying to offer somebody, help them not make the mistakes that I did. Make sure you wear your knee pads. Not even tell people that I tried to train. If I see you not wearing your knee pads, and don't get pissed if I flick your ear because that's what I'm gonna do. So don't freak out. Yeah, they freaked out a little bit. Well, because you didn't listen. Because I don't want you messing up your knee. Your knees they have cartilage in them, so they're going to get destroyed. Carrie, significant. Thank you, Carrie. Because first thing he told me, don't mess your knees up like I did. Because David didn't care something about David. David didn't care because they just want work done. But actually, technically, it's Carrie's fault because Carrie's, hey, but thanks for the advice. And I took it to heart. Even though I always didn't, because running to go get your knee pads, bring them in. But I would always place something. And because as a resurfacer, when you're working on tubs, sometimes you could be on an And it was funny because my brother-in-law was laughing one time, ex-brother-in-law, God rest his soul, which is protector now, of, and he told me, he said, man, it sounded funny when you were telling your daughter this. You make money on your knees. That's significant. Somebody making money on it. But yes, as a resurfacer, somebody that didn't go to college, don't have to have a degree, you may think, oh yeah, certificate. No. I had so many apartments to work on that I became certified. And that's why they gave me machines, because the dude tried to burn me. Well, he did burn me, but you only burn yourself. But anyways, when I say to help somebody the right way and not mess their knees up, wear your mask, all these things, yes, and understand the taxes of everything and everything. But no, you'd rather get an income tax, which shit, and I still don't understand. You get like $9,000, and well, it's gonna be going down now more and more, but $8,000, like, fuck, are you crazy? Well, you can have one in a week. Well, yeah, the little check was $2,000, whatever. Mary could be significant, but she was smart. I learned a lot from working under her NDA, non-disclosure agreement. She knew I had my company. Did I care about signing? No, because she didn't teach me nothing. It was just I couldn't go get her work. No, she couldn't hold that against me. She couldn't hold that. It wouldn't hold up because I didn't know everything. I just couldn't go after her business, which I didn't. Did I learn? Yes. And did I need to? Was there things I needed to know? Yes, there was a lot of things. And from there, that helped me establish and put me on the level that I needed to be, because I worked under eight or nine technicians that had all kinds of knowledge, that were slow, fast, and then were unbelievable. And I was like, holy shit, how these motherfuckers like this? Well, because that's how good they were. They could tape up and shoot a counter quickest, because that's what they weren't about quality, though. There was nobody that I seen except for one. Really, not even really. Because they really didn't care. It wasn't their company. So not really no quality. No, I can't say that. And really not even pride, because they don't really care if it was, that would mix up material, and they didn't care. So no, they just did their job. But their knowledge, they had a lot of knowledge, and that's what I took from everyone. The ability to watch what they did and they knew, and then to put it in my bag and use it in my arsenal. Hopefully that made sense for you. Use it in my arsenal. Because everything that I learned, I put it and use it in my arsenal. Because we're all energy. We're all one. That's what you don't understand. So as a reader, messenger, whatever the case is, if you're reading energy and you understand, well, then it may freak you out. Like, how does this dude know what I need to? Because it did in the beginning for me. When I watched a energy reader, hopefully that made sense and I didn't throw anybody off. I'm talking about truly somebody that pulled the card and was speaking on this whatever, and it's still. And at certain times on your journey, well, it's time for different messengers. And messengers are, you get different guides and different messengers. Now, you do have ancestors and guides, angel guides, and that's how you'll know what information and that'll come through. Something about somebody's stomach, though. Excuse me. I know I drank milk of some lactose intolerance they keep on bringing me to. And I know better than that drinking that milk, but I didn't want to go bad. I just said it earlier. But anyways, something about that is significant, though. So as an energy reader, really with the reader like Allie, I've seen, again, when I came across her, I resonated because she was picking things up, and it was helpful. And I watch even, well, let's say I watch messengers that maybe not my messenger, but that have knowledge and wisdom, but I don't resonate with a lot. If really, technically, tell you the truth, if I can't see nothing, let's just say that, then there's a difference. And I already learned how to distinguish from different, so that's how I know. And I got to be very careful when I say this, the fakes from the frauds, because anybody that's truly understanding, then they know that that you don't underestimate nobody. You don't know who they're working with as far as their ancestors, who their ancestors are, not who they're working with. We're not talking like that. We're not talking about spell work, nothing like that. No, by far, nothing, none of that. Because as a common sense person and spiritual, then you understand what spiritual law is. Spiritual law is. Not a lot of people do. I didn't. As above, so below. That's why timelines are different. What I'm talking about is what you put out, you get. But what I'm talking about is, yeah, this is bigger than all of us. And when they say karma, no, we're not supposed to see karma. No. Do I worry about what people have done to them? No, because they're already getting it. I already know. Do I wish it on? No, because that's them. That's why they're not in my life. Let's just say that. And if not even coming across, but I know what people are getting. I'm not worried about it. I don't wish nothing on anything. I don't wish anybody harm or nothing. I don't. I just know if you mess me over, you're going to get it. I don't know why you're going to get it. Now, do I want, no. Look at, let me explain something to you. Before and after. Before I was a spiritualist and after. Before I was a spiritualist, okay, I'm the same person. Believed in God and everything. God is real. But I took the law and everything in my hands. In the sense, if you owed me money and I did work for you and then you just decide to not, you give me a down payment and then you decide not to pay me or whatever, well then, hey, tough titty, well, you're just going to cost you money. And yes, it is. I'll give you a chance, but no. And then I'm good. As long as it's going to cost you money any which way and expect it but lose, but it's going to cost you, and then that's what you get. Sorry to tell you. And I just learned not to, hey, because people, sometimes you go and you just go for one job and then shit, they want other things done and they're, oh, you're willing to work and you give me credit. Yeah. Oh, that means that you could fuck me over now. I'm sorry, I don't mean because that's exactly what it means. Because you have enough for the job that I'm there for, right? But all of a sudden, oh man, you'll give me some credit. You'll let me. Yes, I will. I know shit. As long as I'm old, I'm never broke, right? So yeah, that's how I'm a financer. But don't get it twisted. Take my kindness for weakness. Well, you're just gonna have to pay more, and I'm not gonna go any further than that. You never harm nobody, but people put too much emphasis on material. No, let's just say that. So, but now, no, I can't do because, yeah, and I got karma, and then karma's karma a little bit, hey, but I never did anything intentionally, shit, because except for when I was a kid, yeah, we report things like people's karma, you're little brats, we're little rugrats, but anyway, something about rugrats, but what I'm talking about is now let go and let God, LG. Let him handle take over the steering wheel. Let him take care of everything. Let your and when I say your ancestors, that's passed over loved ones. Let them do work on your favor. Yeah, my father, my mother, shit, they're gangsters. My whole bloodline is gods and goddesses. Not all, some are, but they're still on my side. They're some. What do you want me to tell you? That's the difference. I came in seeing energy, and then understanding what was happening at the time of my awakening. Okay, hopefully that made sense. What was happening during my awakening? Because we're awakening as a collective of people. Understand this. There's a way big difference between just getting information and knowledge and with all this to having information about awakening. And these people are stealing channels. And that's what I have seen. And when I say they infected their system because they didn't expect to fuck with me or to find me or come across me. See, before you want to leave a message and then you notice that message is gone, well, why? Why would it be gone? See, it's bigger than a lot of people understand. And people were like, that's why me in school, because there's certain things and everything happens for a reason. Remember this. 35:46. I'm going to wrap this one up right here in a second. Everything happens for a reason. Remember that. Yeah, I need to stop this, and I'm going to continue it here and on the next one because this is where I need to start tagging people. Tagging people. I'm serious. You'll understand if you're tagged. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. If you feel I'm wrong, then sorry. But if not, try what's up. But anyways, till next time, hopefully if you're not told, I love you. Because I fucking do. You're gangsters. No, but I do. Unconditionally, you gotta love. Have fun. Till next time.